Hey guys, Mike Bland, SIS Global Investigations. Going to do a video explaining why you cannot do your own investigation or private investigation. First off, there's so many things wrong with that picture. One, it's usually stalking if you're doing that, probably depending on what you're doing. If you're following people, monitoring their activities, doing surveillance on them, watching them, whatever. Most states it's going to be aggravated stalking. So first off, it's illegal. Many other states, if that is labeled as private investigating, whatever you're doing, then you're actually investigating without a license, which is usually a misdemeanor the first time, felony the second time. So that's another problem. So now you're talking two criminal charges. The third thing is you have no experience, have no idea what you're doing. The fourth thing is you have your emotions invested in your own problems normally, which I've learned makes it literally almost impossible to try to assess everything, formulate a plan, put it into action. So generally, if someone does not have any money or whatever the scenario may be, or they think that they can, watch a video or buy some gadgets and do an investigation on their own, then if it's a spouse or something like that, or somebody's married, they can, certain things you can check if it's marital property and as long as it's, in and on your property and those things. But again, in that case, the emotions are involved, which clouds everything. And so on top of the fact, like I said, the main thing we're talking about here is the lack of experience, really. Some people have this notion that they've watched a show or a movie or a video on YouTube and that makes them this expert on welding or or that they can land an airplane or these things. But I'm here to tell you that's not the real world. If you are a law firm, insurance company, corporation, anyone needing serious help, serious investigative services and answers, then you're obviously going to go to a professional. Myself, I've been investigating 26 years, so my whole mind is literally wired towards investigations. So I look at things completely different than everyone else. And what many people think is conspiracy theories, I have the wisdom enough to know that usually that can actually be totally the case. If it's involving a cover-up, corruption, dirty business stuff, whatever it is. Many people are programmed to just live in fear, do what they're told, think narrow-minded. That is not conducive to having an investigative mindset. Not at any means whatsoever. I worked in law enforcement my whole career, and many cops I worked with, unfortunately, still had the same mentality, even though they were in a uniform, of doing what they were told, following orders, not really thinking outside of the box on anything. And the other thing is many agencies don't want you to do that. They don't want you going out there. Gets into many other topics, stirring things up, as we used to call it, and creating any work for anyone else or higher ups. See, a lot of people don't like to do work in our society. So reason I got out of public sector and went in the private sector, not to mention it pays better. So I'm my own boss, my own company, do what I want, make my own schedule, answer to myself, and I control what nonsense happens. So, as far as, again, back on the investigations, if somebody, also they're going to try to do something on their own or some minimal looking into something, they could hire an investigator like myself and consult with you. Again, it would depend on the scenario. They might just want to meet and talk about some problem or just get a grasp on what's going on for something that they see coming down the road as a potential problem, like a divorce or something. I've had many people hire me to get advice on handling situations, or maybe they were firing an employee that they were feared was going to be a threat, like an active shooter or something, and they wanted to figure out how to handle this, or how to fire this person, how to have proper protection, how to GPS track this person, have them under surveillance. So there are so many things in the investigative topics, but yeah, there's so many, I could give thousands of reasons why you cannot really do your own investigation. Again, Not anything serious or noteworthy anyways. It's too complex. There's too much. It's something you can't even explain to somebody in a 5-minute YouTube video. But if you are in need of serious investigative help or assessing anything, it's my advice on anything in life, whether you're wiring your home, plumbing your home, fixing your car. Generally, it's something you're probably going to not know how to do. Always go to a professional. All right, guys, stay tuned. Thanks.